Welcome back to Fat Manny's Kitchen, or in Spanish, La Cocina de Manny Ñoño. Okay? So today, sour cream, salt, oil, kidney beans that already popped open, I don't know why, 2 eggs, Chile de Arbol, that's 3 chilies, and some tomatoes, 3 of them, okay? Then you need some queso fresco, and some tortillas. So I'm making chilaquiles, okay? So these chilaquiles are, well, I love them. I know they say to watch how many tortillas you eat, but I'll probably make about 6 or 7 per person because they're the bomb. So I'll get to going. See you soon. So you're gonna take your Tomatoes and your Chile de Arbol. You can put them in a pan. You're gonna heat up your pan. You're gonna have it about medium heat. I just turned it on, so it's gonna take a while. But this will take probably about anywhere between 25 and 30 minutes. So all you wanna do is just sit them there and let them roast. Okay, including the chilies. Now the chilies, you gotta watch a little more than the tomatoes, and then you're gonna flip them. And obviously I'll show you the process, but you wanna roast them to the point where the skin is black and it starts to peel off. That's where you get the really good flavor, okay? And then also you're gonna need a blender and a masher for the beans, but I'll show you that in a bit. Those huevos. 2. What came first, chicken or the egg? So once your tomatoes start moving around, like that, you see? Just start turning them a little bit. Just chase them around. That's what you wanna do. And I promise you, you're not burning them. Now the chili peppers are gonna be in here probably about half the time that these are in here. But again, you want the skin to look like it's just deteriorating, like it got radiated from the inside out. Okay? This waiting is so bull. Stuff takes forever, man. I wanna eat this queso fresco by itself. You know what I'm saying? So while you wait, since the theme's already tortillas, get some Doritos. You're gonna put them on the plate. That's a recommended size serving too. Actually, no. You're gonna take a lemon, cut the lemon. Put the lemon on the chips. Be generous with it, it's the bomb. Like that. Then you want to take some tapatilla. It looks like my uncle. Put some tapatilla on the Doritos. Chilaquiles. I'm kidding. Snack. Uh-huh. Woo! Mm-hmm. All right. So you see them starting to get a little bit of color, right? And just stand them up because you want to get it. You want to roast as much of it as you can. Man, better get up. And then look at your peppers, what they're starting to look like. Okay, see? All right, so the peppers have been in here roughly 15 minutes. So what you want to do is they get nice and chunky, right? When you take them off the flame, they should be mushy to the touch. I don't know if you can see that. Look at the skin, right? It starts to lift up. So what you want to do is just cut the end of it to see where they're at. Okay, and that's kind of what you want. You want them to be kind of mushy, watery inside. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it for a few more minutes because I don't want them to burn. But these are gonna come out probably like in another 2 minutes. Then we'll be good to go for the chilies, and then the tomatoes are gonna go for like another 15-20 minutes. Okay, take the peppers out. That was like 1:45 seconds. All right, just let them sit. And the tomatoes, look how the skin is starting to peel. That's kind of what you want, but you gotta let them keep going. You want them mushy. And if they don't want to stay on one side, just press. I know they're kind of hot, but if you press, it kind of just takes the shape and it just stays there, see? All right, so now that the tomatoes are out, now let them cool a little bit, you want to take the skin and just peel it off. It should come right off. Okay? As much of it as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yes, it does have to be perfect. Okay, and then you guys know I don't like the ends of anything. So, right. Tomato number one. Okay, then you want to peel your peppers as much as you can. What did you say? Okay. Just take the skin off. See? Do that for all your peppers. All right. So peppers, peeled as best as you can. Tomatoes as well. Then you want to take some salt. Remember, eyeball it. I'm going to do the equivalent of probably like 2/4 teaspoons or something. If you want to get technical. Put that in there because you can always taste it after. And then we're going to blend it. All right, you see how it's kind of thick? You want it a little more watery unless you like it like that. At this point, it's already edible. But I'm going to put maybe like 1/4 cup of water and then blend it again. I'll show you what mine looks like. All right. So see how mine is? Kind of watery. That's how I like it for chilaquiles. If you're doing like a dipping sauce or anything, you can strain a little bit of water out or just use less water. But when it originally did with the 3 tomatoes and the 5 peppers, it was perfect for dipping. But like I said, it's for chilaquiles. So this is how I do mine. Okay, so then I'm gonna do my tortillas, but the first thing you wanna do is let the oil get nice and hot. You don't need too much oil for this. Just enough for the tortillas to sit there. I do them in sections just because they come out a little more even. And they tell me olive oil is a little healthier. Oil is oil, I guess. What? All right, so I took 8 tortillas, corn tortillas. For me and the wife, we're the only ones eating, and then my kid might be a little too spicy. So all you want to do is just cut these suckers. All right, just like that. And then when you go to fry them, just kind of do them like that. All right, and then once my oil gets nice and hot, then I'll show you when to throw it in and how long to keep them in. All right, so you take them. All right, the oil's nice and hot now. And like I said, I like to throw them in there a few at a time. One, so they're not all bunched up and they don't come out soggy, because I like me some toasty tortillas for chilaquiles. The worst thing you can have is mushy chilaquiles. Ain't that right, buddy? That's right. All right, so come check it out. Get in here. See, not that many, right? You want to avoid them getting layered or fry them however you like. It's just a preference. Like I said, I hate mushy chilaquiles. So I'm gonna leave them in here 1 minute, then I'm gonna try to flip them as best as you can flip them after a minute, leave them for another minute, and then they're gonna come out. All right, it's been there 2 minutes. So you see how they're kind of golden? Okay, take them out and just put them somewhere they can drain. So we throw the tortillas back into the pot. You know, where just at the bottom, take all the oil out, just leave it just wet, but take the oil out. And then you want to crank it up to medium. And then what you're going to do is use eggs to kind of bind the sauce once it goes on there. They come out really good, man. So I'll show you once this warms up a little bit, okay? Actually, I'm going to do it right now. You stop recording? Put your huevos on your tortillas. Just like that. And the same one you use for the thing. Stir them up in there. Okay, so it started off on medium, right? Now what you want to do is crank it up to high and let the egg fry up. Why are they called chilaquiles? Is it because they're gonna chilaquil you? I don't know. All right, so now that my egg's almost done, okay, look at that. Egg's almost done, right? Once it gets nice and fried up, scrambled in there, all mixed in just right, nothing soggy anymore, you're gonna want to throw your salsa in. Okay, salsa time. So just watch how much I start with. About half of what I made. And then you decide if you need more. My peoples are from the other side of the border, so obviously I need more. So I'm gonna throw in just a little bit more. All right, let them sit for about 2-3 minutes on high heat and just keep mixing them around, All right, so we did need a little more salt. 1/4 teaspoon, if that's what you want to call it. Let's give it a good mix. Voila, done. So now I'm gonna do my beans, right? So what you wanna do is from that oil you use to fry the tortillas, that was a tablespoon. For that I do like to make it, I don't like to mess it up. And then turn it up to high, because we're gonna fry and smash these beans up. Now me, all right, I emptied most of the broth out of here, or the juice, or whatever you wanna call it, the caldo. You can use any beans, I'm using kidney beans. They didn't have black beans or pinto, because of this whole Corona thing, but any bean is good. You want to drop them in there, let them start frying up. Take a masher and go to work. All right, that's what it should look like, and these only fry for about 2-3 minutes while I mash them all up. Okay. I did taste them. You know me, they need a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. This time just like that. And that's it, fried beans. All right, so take your chilaquiles. Take your beans. Then what you want to do is grab some cheese and crumble it. Okay? And this is fresh cheese. Some people like the cream first and then this, but I'm making it, not you, so I do it how I want. Put some cheese on the beans. You get the picture here? Live cheese. Okay? Take your sour cream and squirt, no fear. I'll do my wife's fancy. Oh man. Chilaquiles, homemade, baby. Still got some crunch on it. Ooh, Lord, if you let me help. Hey. Ooh. Vámonos, no, vámonos. Hace con su madre. A huevo, güey. Chingas.